thank you guys for tuning in. This is going to be the last stream for a while. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. I've definitely enjoyed it. Yeah, we'll talk more about that later. First, most importantly, we've got some competition footage to go over. Ben recently competed and did a fantastic job, and I have yet to look at the footage myself, so this is going to be the first time I'm seeing it, and I'm very excited to finally get to sit down and watch it. Hopefully Ben tunes into this. I know we're running this a little bit earlier than usual, but whatever, it'll be here for him to review. So let's get into it. He had 2 matches. I think it was just him and 2 other guys in the division. Single elimination. This was at Tap Cancer Out, somewhere nearby Charlotte. But yeah, I don't know if this was his first match or his second match, but it's the one I've pulled up. And don't worry, stick around after this. We'll go over Saturday open mat as well. So we'll have a longer stream today. Just super special for the last stream. So this is nice. I like what I'm seeing from Ben. Throw by attempt here. Guy squares back up. And Ben throws in a nice, looks like just trying to get a little like Kouchi or not Kouchi, Kasoto. What's up, Andrew? And on the double, guy goes Uchimata. Ben stays up just about. Guys sprawling heavy. Can't see what Ben's trying to do right now, if he's looking for a double leg opportunity or what. Okay, maybe. All right, so after all that, Ben gets the takedown. I think yeah, the ref raised his hand, 2 points for Ben. James, thank you for the resub. What's the last stream title? What's up, dude? Yeah, this is gonna be the last stream for a little while. We got to take an indefinite hiatus. Mike and I have just become really, really busy, so I don't want to give you guys false hopes every Wednesday and Sunday. And I definitely, for anybody who has subscribed in the past with like a regular subscription, not a Twitch Prime, I don't want you guys subscribing if I can't deliver every week. So just gonna take a break for a while. Maybe we'll get back to it. And I'd honestly like to keep jumping on every once in a while to do competition footage from you guys. Looks like this guy doesn't have much in the way of close guard threats. Ben is not working to get out of this yet with like a standing guard break, which is fine. Right now, I think he's actually made his way to half guard. So guy tried to bridge, opens his guard. Ben, I believe, is settled into top half guard. Chest to chest. Other guy's flattened out, but with frames in. Ben is laying on some good pressure. This guy, he's not doing enough to get Ben off balance one side or the other. He could use knee levers to try to get Ben out in this direction. I mean, maybe because like he already has a frame in, right? He's got his left frame in. That's normally, knee levers a really great option when you don't have that frame in, and it makes Ben post out the way he is right now. And then you could sneak the frame in from here. I mean, with those frames, I would say our opponent on bottom really needs to be focusing on creating space, which Ben is going to make very difficult with this heavy forward pressure. His opponent has alleviated some of the shoulder pressure, but I'm not seeing. I don't know what the rule set was, if the other guy could go in on legs or something, if he could pull his knees up, try to get Ben extending his arms overhead, opening up opportunities to attack the legs. Meanwhile, yeah, Ben, really I should be talking about him, right? He's got this this underhook position. This is not a threat, really. If this were Craig Jones, I'd say there's no Gi Ezekiel coming. I don't know if his opponent's going to try that, but going to be really hard with Bin's arm in there. From here, Bin's just looking to advance his position, right? He wants to get that trapped right leg free, possibly by using a foot wedge. Right now he's planting. He could, if he's stable and he feels stable, he could reach up here and use that foot wedge to free the knee and then the foot after that. There we go. Knee is free. Moving into 3/4 mount. Good elbow position from his opponent. Not allowing Bin to sneak around the back, but now Bin has got himself with a Katagatame threat set up. Oh, not anymore. His opponent using not quite a lockdown, but really gripping onto that leg with all he can to try to keep Bin from advancing. It's just kind of a matter of time. Like at this point, his opponent needs to really be creating space and getting off of this flattened out half guard position. Without any movement here, this is just going to give Bin an opportunity to do what he really does well, which is smash and advance his position. We'll see Bin doing that to me later in the open mat footage. We're going to zoom ahead here, getting uncomfortably close to the camera. And getting off camera, there we go. Resume position. This guy. Yeah, Ben, this is a good opportunity. Like, you have to kind of sense when your opponent's legs have opened up, because you obviously can't see with your eyes, you know, your head being up so high towards his head. You're not looking down towards the feet. You haven't turned the corner or something like that. So sensing that the legs have come open, this is a great opportunity to step that leg out. He was on a body lock position there. I think he's looking to climb. It's just gonna be hard with that knee caught, right? I don't even want to say that his opponent's not doing anything to like try to get out of this, because I know what Bin's pressure is from the bottom, and it is difficult to move him and to escape when he is just laying on this constant forward pressure. But it looks like that was time, I guess. And I think Bin looking unhappy with his performance. Little head shake there, but he wins. Oh, he lost. All right, big props to this guy for saying no, that was incorrect. I think the scorekeeper got that wrong. Bin got 2 points earlier on the takedown, and it looks like they maybe marked it for the wrong guy. Damn, huge props. Great sportsmanship from his opponent. So yeah, I know for a fact Bin was not happy with that. Bin is a sub hunter, but yeah, man, biggest thing there, it's working on your half guard technique, right? Like getting past, like you got to remember that half guard, top half guard is a fantastic passing position to get to. What's up, Caleb? How you doing, buddy? From that flattened out chest to chest top half guard, that's like almost as sure a passing position as you could get to, right? So Bin was getting locked down there, figuratively, not with a literal lockdown. So exploring some of the options from passing from there, I say, despite the win, would be a great thing to work on from that. Getting that 2 points on the takedown was, I'm not the least bit surprised that Bin has become very difficult to work with on the feet. So super happy to see that he got that. So good job, bud. On to 10th Planet says half guards, whatever. Lockdown. That's fine. 10th Planet can say whatever they want. I'll start listening when they start winning big tournaments. Anyway, on to, I'm assuming, match 2. Been starting off real heavy on the head. If you could pass lockdown, half guard is easy. That's another thing. I mean, I feel like you're just talking smack, Caleb, as usual, but practicing getting out of a lockdown, it's a skill that I think everybody needs to have in their back pocket. Oh my God, I'm so proud of this. So I think well, no, this isn't really ankle pick territory. Like, the head is in front of the feet. You normally want the head over the feet, but I love coming up on this opponent kind of snapped down on the stand up. Nice kick using the instep. Pulls him down. That was beautiful, man. Okay. I trust you. Oh, what happened there? So, hold on. Let's look at this again. So, gets the takedown. His opponent turtles up. So, no points for the takedown yet. Opponent starts to stand back up. Goes over top. Gets a throw out of this. Kind of an Uchimata. And it secures. All right, so Bin now down 2. But entering into the legs. And out the back. Very nice scrambling. His opponent's doing a good job staying squared up. That was not the brightest move, this like kind of bulldog position. Bin gets his head out of this. He's on the back. Are you training at a 10th Planet school, Caleb? Is that what I'm picking up? Where are they? Here we go. So restarted in turtle, basically like a referee's position. Crack the hips down to the mat. No-gi and it's close. Hey, I'm not faulting you. I don't have anything against 10th Planet. It's fun to dog on them because of the all the names and stuff. But no, they're a force. They put out a lot of great students or competitors. PJ Barch is like probably one of my favorite guys to watch, and he's 10th Planet. So this sucks. Bin has his opponent flattened out on the back. I would hate to be here with Bin on my back. Bin is now up. I think, does he have 6 too? When did he get? So the resolution on this video is terrible. Maybe it's just 4-2. I don't know. Probably should have looked at the tap cancer outscoring, but I didn't. All right. So Luke told me about this. This looks like some combat jiu-jitsu MMA stuff here. Looks like Bin punches his opponent. He doesn't. Even the ref got a good look at it. I think I'd like to see the video not in this terrible resolution to see how his corner reacts. But he just punches in the strangle. Tries to send it underneath. He doesn't go across the face. That looked violent, dude. I'm sure it's different. Do you do like 10th Planet style warm-ups and all that stuff? Like, is it how's the class structure? That was a wild way to punch that choke in. That was good. So right now, um, I'm not sure what the. I wish Ben was in the chat. Maybe he'll jump on later. We can talk about it. But his opponent's leaving wide open entrance to get hooks in at this point on either side. Ben obviously would probably go on the left side to get a hook in here. I'm curious if maybe he is hesitant, like if he gets a hook in, his opponent gets his hips up, like goes up to a 4-point position, maybe tries to shake Ben off that way, off to the side, off over top. But I mean that's easily taken care of. Ben's got double underhooks. He's got this like body full position, very nice. I mean, he did have the back already, so it's not like he isn't hunting for it. Shrimp and do shots and rolls and then crab walks. It's an hour of instruction, 30 minutes of open mat. It's tough, man. You need that hour open mat. I'm not saying we do it perfectly, but we do it perfectly. Again with the bulldog choke. I mean, no one's really gonna tap to that past white belt. Ben's doing a good job controlling the hips though this whole time. He's focused on limiting this guy's mobility with that hip control. I like that step that he's doing on the foot there, or on the shin. We as in Mooresville, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, where you are still family, right? Is what you're saying? We. And one thing I didn't check before is if Ben gets points off that. No, I guess maybe, I don't know if they're calling that. Why wouldn't they call that a takedown? They give him an advantage for that, maybe? Great movement from Ben, not letting his back get taken there on the go behind. Rolling up through. Nice tripod sweep. This is great. So this whole sequence here, what I really like about this is Ben immediately attacks legs, right? He's looking at what his opponent is leaving open. This go behind didn't work. Space is created. We're kind of back to neutral. His opponent comes into this open guard, butterfly guard. He's leaving his arm in a pretty vulnerable spot, that right arm. Ben says, you know what, you want to stand up? That's fine. I'm going to scoop in on these legs. Again, I don't know what the limitations were on leg locks for this competition. I wouldn't want Ben cranking on my legs in any direction. But he goes in for the legs, ends up using them to get a sweep. We're back to behind again. I'm curious why his opponent hasn't stood back up yet. Maybe he just feels like that's going to keep happening. He can't break Ben's grip, so he can't get back to like a neutral standing position where he may have, you know, a bit of an edge or at least an equal opportunity instead of having Ben behind him. Yeah, Ben's focus on controlling the hips through this match, I think, is really making the difference for him. We got 10 seconds standing up. His opponent looked a little broken there. Didn't want to get after it for 10 seconds. All right. So, very controlling positionally from Ben. I'm sure, again, probably disappointed, wanted to get the sub, I'm sure. But two matches where Ben controlled the action, controlled the position, controlled his opponent, shut down his ability to really have any meaningful attacks. That was great, man. Really, really good. I'd just say, again, practice like your top half guard passing, and maybe more practice on turtle breakdowns. This opponent was giving you different looks. He was staying very upright, like referee's position style, that you would see in a like folk style wrestling, and maybe freestyle. I don't remember. But yeah, those seem to be two obvious spots where you could practice on getting those breakdowns. You have everything you need. You've got the pressure. You've got the ability to win scrambles, to control your opponent, whether it's their hips or their limbs. You got what you need to improve on those areas. So great stuff, man. Congratulations on the gold. Super proud of you, buddy. So yeah. All right. Onward to our final open mat review. Yeah, Caleb, this is the last stream. I don't know if you were here when I said that, or if you saw the title. Starting things off with Wagner trying to Uchimata me. Really didn't want that to happen. Got Nick and Andrew, maybe. I'm just super busy. Mike's super busy, so we just don't really have the time to keep going as regularly as we used to. So I think the plan will be the occasional stream for competition footage, stuff like that, but I just can't keep showing up every week, editing footage and giving you guys what I would like to give you. So until my schedule loosens up a bit, we're just gonna take a break. So we'll probably see it in a couple years. Yeah, I mean, we could hand it off. Nick and John having a nice friendly scramble here. John coming around the side. See, Mike's got me on my ass now. Caleb, what are you gonna do when you don't know who's the name of the person streaming, right? You can't keep up with the newbies. There's a certain level, there's a standard of I don't know, customer satisfaction I want held to the stream, so you gotta know people's names, homie. I like the flowy round that Nick and John are having. That makes me happy. You guys go through some fun positions. I honestly felt like I just got murdered this entire day, and the whole time I'm thinking like this is gonna be the last footage of me on stream for a while, and I'm just getting smoked by everybody. Also the language, Caleb. You have far too dirty of a mouth. This is a family show. Children watch this. Parents watch this with their children. Grandparents watch this. And you're over here dropping F-bombs in the chat. Look at Ben going onto the legs on Mike. It's a dangerous game to play. Let's see. Wagner over there shutting down my back control very well. What else we got? James, you're up there with Ryan. Let's look at this. So James is in top half guard. Yeah, right, dude. I can't wait to see just like raw body cam footage of you just being a terrible person. Absolutely foul-mouthed, abusing people. So James, you've sat to a hip, but Ryan must have been trying to like dig underneath you to like deep half guard or something. I'm gonna write your congressman and have that changed. Look at Nick rolling through. It's a little armbar threat, right? Rolls through onto John's leg. right into Crossashi. Nice. That's an entrance that Luke and Mike used to torment me with. Now Baker torments me with it. He was trying something. I know how to tone it down, Caleb. Yeah, James, were you trying something as you were like seated in the top, like onto your hip? Is that what you were saying? Okay. John chasing down the legs, and Nick reacting nicely with that, recognizing the head on the outside. What am I up to over here? So Wagner gets out of back control. I'm looking to attack. I think I was trying to attack. Maybe I was thinking Troy Bar or something, but he gets control of my hips, and I can't quite turn the corner, get my hips up and over. So onto the shoulder crunch. You see me bicycling my legs, trying to get my hips out. There I get my foot in against the hip. Not good enough though. When he sits up, then I can start to get my legs to a spot where I like them. And Nick trying to do the move of the day there. Sequence of the day. Arm drag up over the back. Locks in. So Nick, everything looks almost good here. Right here, obviously, try to get if you're going for what Mike was showing, the way he was showing it, you want to get a lockdown or scorpion lock, whatever you want to call it. And then that controls his far leg. Then you've got your banana split up here that you can hit. Or your calf slicer that you go for. I'm trying to keep the leg seat. Do a side triangle from top crucifix. Did we miss that? Or is that coming here in the last? No, let's see. Side later this round? Or are you talking about later? Oh, I missed it. I want to see this. Oh, here we go. So there it is. So there, setting up your crucifix. I think I'm going to be picky. I think that's a reverse triangle. And the reason I say that is you're strangling, like your leg that would strangle him is against his neck, whereas the bent leg is against his neck, which would be a reverse triangle. But you're in that top position. Yeah, like if you, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. If you switched your legs the other way, like if you sat facing his legs, like you went down to your left hip, looked at his feet, and then switched your legs to where this was the bent leg, then that gets you to a side triangle. And you probably don't give a shit, but because the triangle's a triangle. But yeah, just being picky. Either way, rad, very cool. Yeah, did you give it to him, Caleb? I'm sure you pissed a lot of people off with that immediately. Going into a new school, a 10th planet school, and then smothering them with your massive pecs, with your mommy's pecs. Right, Sophie and Andrew. So this was the start of the bad day for me. Mike just owns me on the feet. Mike over there with Mitchell. All right, as always, guys, call it out if I'm missing something. We got an active mat, at least right now. So Mike really driving through me to get to the double, and then shuts down my my roll. What is Nicholas doing? Okay, so they move. We're in side control here. Looking down towards the feet, setting up maybe a Kimura grip. Nick was looking for that figure four every which way. He spammed that on me in our round. And then it looks like Ryan's being, I would say, a bit cautious here, which is fine. I'm not going to tell him to not do that. But what Nick doesn't have is a leg over the face, right? So the way Ryan is rolling up now with the lock being taken off and resetting, that's how he'd want to roll up in this case. If he was having his arm attacked, right? Arm gets straightened out. He can roll up on this and probably be pretty safe. Again, I don't mind if you're tapping early or being cautious, but yeah, if you wanna do any late stage armbar escaping, you're gonna have to recognize some of those little nuances in that position. Recognize when you're safe. Sophie onto the back, good chair sit back take. Danny and Austin coming in. Sophie looking for that rolling entrance that Caleb would call a truck entrance because he's a 10th planet guy. Actually, Sophie used to train at 10th planet, so. God, if this wasn't the last stream, I would ban you for that sentence, Caleb. Oh yeah, let's look at this. So Peter's really screwed me up with this. So I already know what he's going for. He's either going anaconda or seated head and arm. The angle he's cutting tells me seated head and arm at this point. The fact that he hasn't tried to roll me. So he gets his right leg in right there. I hop over with it, trying to roll, trying to control his hips. Like I'm reaching over my head, trying to get his hips from settling in. So I shut it down once. Starts breaking me down again. Try to do the same exact escape. Hit it one more time, and he's just being really relentless. Now we're on such an odd angle. This actually crunched my ribs up really nice. So right there, I'm just like bent over. My entire torso is like curled over his leg. So that really sucked. And then I knew that leg was just going to crunch me down more. So good early tap. Awesome, relentless attack on this seated head and arm. Yeah, Mike's gotten super good at that. Pisses me off. I need to get better at it so I can hit him with it. It felt absolutely terrible when he was going for all three of those. Jackson giving Cole the business, but only for so long. Danny in top half guard here against Austin, but Austin keeping that leg in, making it difficult for Danny to advance. Nick again on the figure four, coming around for that dorsal Kimura position. Ends up getting into that side triangle position. So if he can get this leg extended, he's got the side triangle threat. If he gets the arms broken up, he's got the Kimura threat. There is also a threat on this far arm. If he can get the triangle set up, you can do a sneaky Americana there. Mike on a relentless double leg here. What I like about this so much is the angle cutting. He doesn't just drive through me. This isn't just a blast double that sends me out the exit. He gets the position on the legs, and then look at this angle he cuts, turning me down all the way down. Even against the wall, like he was being courteous since we got up against the wall, but that takedown was his, and it was all about that angle that he cut as he drove in. He made a great connection, and then followed it up and completed it really nicely. How did Austin get on top here? So Danny getting flattened out. Austin throwing on a little bit of heat. See Nick still chilling. He's got good control here with that. It's nice pulling in that arm, trying to lock that triangle up tighter. He gets it. Very nice. I love seeing you guys work alternative triangles. We've had a reverse and a side. James, I'm sorry we never went over the footage where you hit, I think, 4 of the 5 triangles or something like that in one day. That's I think I got to make that a personal goal. I'm gonna be very picky with who I do the triangles to, though. Like, I'm gonna have to pick skinny guys for the wrong way and probably the reverse triangle. It's gonna be all white belts. I'm just gonna do it to white belts. Mike being giving me some charity there. I think sitting down when I didn't quite earn that. Nick again with this figure 4. So I thought Ryan was making some progress around, but there Nick sets up the grip and was just able to turn right through. Great Kimura trap. And we're back to that similar position we saw Ryan tap a little bit early in. Let's see if he sticks with this, because you can roll up. There it is. There's the arm extraction. I'm glad he trusted it. Look at Mitchell's trying to set up a power half on Wagner here. A great roll into the legs from Mike. Mitchell setting on his own Achilles grip, but probably not going to bother Mike too much. And that's how they end the round. Is there anything else at the end here? Danny on top. Jackson dominating Cole. All right. See Andrew strangle me out. Spoiler. Supposed to be like working at a Longhorn corporate lead bartender. All right, so this is something I need to really stop doing, because Andrew's going to take advantage of it every time now. Right here with this overhook that he has on me, I like to block the hips to just keep space, but you'll see my hand slips right there. I'm basically arm dragged. My back is almost completely exposed, and Andrew recognizes the threat. He also has an underhook. I think he has an underhook with his right arm. Or no, even better, he's got just a collar tie with his right arm. So when he gets around me, if he leaves that collar tie in, he has an immediate strangle threat. So with that collar tie overhook position, sprawling the hips back, clearing that arm by, maybe throwing that overhook into that arm to get it off the back, reaching over the back, as Andrew does there. He's got a strangle already set up. He has back exposure. He just has to get behind me. He had the strangle in nice and early, traps my arm, and puts some real pressure on him. Like, all right, you got that one. That was nice, man. I when that happened, I didn't notice. I didn't notice that collar tie grip, but that was nice. I like that. I gotta really be careful about posting on the hip that way. Maybe not being so lazy with the collar tie. No, let's not see that again, James. All right, just because you subscribed on the last stream. So right there, got the overhook and a collar tie. Hand at the hip. And one thing I'm also not giving credit for is having the top position here, right? He's got his chest over my back. My posture's broken. I'm wearing his weight. With, recognizing that hand comes off, around the back, strangle already in. I do what I can to, not even well. I normally pull my knees up really high, but was lazy with it, and I pay the price. Andrew sinks it. Love it. Nick, thought you had something there, but now Cole has a very good grip on you. Goes up top. What do the people want, Caleb? What have I not given them? Oh, okay, that's right. I got a body lock grip here. Trying to step outside Andrew's leg, but I don't make it. So just a sloppy takedown. I think that would have been a Teguruma or something like that. Nick still looking for that figure four. Drags Cole down to the mat with it though. Cole giving him the pectoral pressure of death. Look at this nasty hip thrust from Andrew here. Trying to work. Actually, again, can't even say I'm doing it right. My legs are open, like doing the headstand sweep. My ankles should be crossed. This is just sloppy jiu-jitsu for me. Again, Andrew's probably senses it, thrusts the hips forward, and completely rolls me over, and then hops on my back. I'm like, all right, you're not going to get me again. But very good job dealing with my closed guard. What happened with Mike and Mike doing some move of the day stuff on Mitchell over there. So Mike in the crossbody lock, right? He's got the lockdown on the far leg, on that right leg. He's got the arm control on Mitchell, right side. Looking for the twister. Decides to go banana split. Mitchell straightening that leg out, keeping it safe. So I can't really get the torque he needs for the banana split. Let's see how he adjusts here. Now he gets it, okay. Gets the bend in the knee. Nice. So that was good. That was cool to see Mike put into practice. One of the tips that he gave during class, right? Working those moves in a sequence. You got the banana split, you got the twister, you have the calf slicer. All from that cross body ride. There's even a fourth one. There's more than four, but there's an extra one that I will show later on Austin that we didn't go over in class. But you really don't see it too frequently. It's called a hammer lock. It's essentially a Kimura. But yeah, you can do that from the crossbody ride. I'll show that later. James and Danny having a good bout up there. How was your round with Danny? I haven't caught any of that. Have you guys just been slapping each other? Around, not really seeing anything submitty. We're about right here. James looks for that turning, that spin out Kimura. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I think I missed something with Cole here. So They end up on the ground. Cole, similar to what we saw with Ben, he's caught in this lockdown position. Well, not really. It's not even a lockdown, but... All right, Caleb. Love you. Bye. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. There we go. Foot wedge to escape. Just gets his knee free. He hasn't gotten his leg out yet. But he's got some... What's up, man? Yeah. I've just been busy. So busy that we're making this the last stream. But good to see you, Sean. Thank you for tuning in. I think Cole gets the smother. Cole, was this a smother or did you attack the arm there? I don't know. It looked like it was bent. Maybe some good smother pressure. Shoulder. Yeah, Cole broke both of my arms last week. Not shoulder, though. It was his straight arm attack. But you're getting steamrolled by Andrew for minutes at a time. Finally get both arms out. Work to a double underpass. I don't think it lasts very long, though. Trying to make something with that, but nothing there. Danny chasing down the back. What the hell happened there? James on like deep half. Coming out the back. Oh man, when you rolled away, Danny was not going to let that go. Looks like that was nice strangle finish. Perhaps across the face? I don't know. Had to get something on Andrew. Sit in for an outside heel hook from Irimi Ashi. Not letting me pass his guard at all, so just scoop up the heel before falling back on it. Damn, Sophie ending the round strong over here. She and Austin going at it. She comes over for a Choi bar, but doesn't get him turned. Doesn't get the arm extracted. Hit it deep on the neck. Oh, nice. All right. That was savage, man. He really went after it. Mike on Mike crime. So, Nick, what did you come into this class with like a specific goal to work figure 4 like Kimura grip as much as you could? Because like I'm seeing it was everywhere in our role. But I'm seeing you use it a lot with other people. Is that something you're working on? Look at John with Austin. Just what was that? You just reach up over and grab the leg. That's exactly what he did. Yeah. Smart to tap early. Little okay, Ben's fine. Trying new step over to see if there was any validity to it. I had to get to that advantageous take the back spot. Okay. Next time I see you, I want you to show me. Cause it worked well for you. Like I don't know about the specific technique you were trying, but that grip was popping up everywhere, and the advantages of it were showing. Nice back step into cross ashi. Get the legs separated. So there we go. Setting up clover leaf. There we go. Yeah, James likes that move. Like the little arm lever in there. It's scooting right on in. Austin working a lockdown briefly. Now coming out to the leg. John walking it over. Peters working some north-south pressure. Looks like he's giving Mike something to think about. I think he's got the elbow. Yeah, he's got his hips under the elbow. So we're looking at possible like north-south katagatame. Mike gets himself safe. Nick working to the back. Onto the... he's got the single hook. Kind of a high ball ride. Pulling those legs up. Then not going to let that happen, though. So, ooh. Who gets what? Nick, who tapped on this? Okay, Ben taps. Okay, yeah. Nice. Very nice. Yeah. From there, you were kind of, you weren't quite perpendicular. You kind of like extended a bit. Calf slicer was probably the last thing you had from there. If you were perpendicular, that's where you can really switch from the calf slicer to the banana split, back to the twister, whatever. As that angle opens up, you kind of lose the opportunity on some of those other parts, or the other submissions. Might get some good pressure there. David takedown. Where I did, dude. This, all right. Right about here is like my attention span. Okay. So let's go back. This is why I say call it out. We'll go back. I'll find it. Is it? Did I already go back too far? Oh, there we go. Okay. Everybody, look here. I do want to see this. So you get behind. Nice. Yeah, you did to him what he has done to me, what Nick has done to me, probably what you have done to me. Let's see this go behind on the back. So very similar to what Andrew did to me. Cole working from this collar, you know, not really a collar tie, more of a snap down, like front headlock position. He's got maybe I guess you could call it a collar tie. David's posture broken down. Watch David's right arm comes across. That means his back is open, right? So a quick reach over the back, run to the back. That's how Cole gets back there. Hips in, big pickup, big drop. Acknowledge me. Then now onto the back, getting David flattened out. Cole flattens people out in back control more than I think anybody else in the training room, which scares me when he's on my back. I don't care about the rest of you. But David taps early. Very nice. What else? What else? Been through a lot of this, right? Yeah, the mic got that. Yeah, we already went to... God. It told me like so long after it happened to acknowledge it. But no, that was really good, man. Nick's proud of you too, dude. And still moving on. That was really nice too. So this over the back grip, you got like an over under grip. I know there's like a better name for this. It's not over, like over under would be like an overhook and an underhook. you take this like single underhook grip over the back that you see in like Greco-Roman a lot. And what I like that you use it for here is the entrance to the shoulder crunch. It's kind of, I guess, like maybe you'd call it a pinch headlock, except I feel like pinch headlock is more, it's not as broad. Like your grip's pretty open here. Pinch headlock, it's, I think, a little tighter in my opinion. But now, whatever, it doesn't matter. You go shoulder crunch and then taking him up over the direction opposite of the shoulder crunch, right? That's that quote unquote wrong way shoulder crunch sweep that that Peters really likes to do. Where'd the music go? Why'd the music stop? Anyway, with that shoulder crunch, settling into top position here. Like looking to get around Peters' open guard, settling into half guard. Excuse me. Nick taking the back, ending the round, possibly pretty strong here. He's got both hooks in, but been doing a good job controlling the hands, shutting down the strangle threat. Getting out of the round safe. That was a good round, Nick. You're welcome. Didn't you have some other strong rounds? Don't let me miss stuff. Already so tired. Nick breaking me down. Starting to put a hurting on me. Probably gonna get a Kimura grip on me at some point here. Very soon. Mike and Andrew over there. Oh yeah, that's, I thought I was gonna roll through this. So head pressure back this way, tripping you. Try to roll up, but that grip making its first appearance in our round. And then as long as I could just kind of keep myself from getting my arm isolated, I wasn't too worried. Notice I'm doing everything I can to disrupt that grip and make it as useless as possible. I was genuinely concerned here. Nick, this is, I don't know, maybe you were thinking it, maybe you just wanted to try something else, but this is a good spot to where, like, there's the head scissor. Yes, I don't have a lot of faith in that move unless Luke is doing it to me, then I'm worried. But this is where if you have that grip tight, just switch your hips, go like point your hips down and roll up on top, and you have a very dangerous Kimura from the top side, right? I may make it a little bit difficult with this arm impeding this leg. That's one thing you can use that position for. Interfection, what's up? Thank you for joining the chat. Oh, Emre. Where the hell you been, homie? I was like, I know who this is. How you been, man? I don't think I got to see you before I had to take a break for a kid being born. Training 4 times a week. Good, good. Where are you at? You're off in, did you move or you off in college now? I can't remember. It's been too long since I saw you, buddy. What was the reverse DLR sweep? Let's see, how far, I'm not sure when I did it. Let's see. conversion to a sweep. So probably just some bullshit, if I'm being honest. Yeah. I honestly, like, when I was doing this, I was just kind of improvising. If anything, my main thought as I was doing this was trying to get behind to, like, see if I could spot the moment. Like, if I could have gotten underneath, like if Nick stepped over me, would have tried to, like, reach up, take his back or something. I was miles away from doing that, but that was my thought process in the moment. Really, it's just kind of an open-ended leg entrance. You know, I probably shouldn't have hooked the leg there, but now I'm just kind of like in. I could try to get him off balance, see what shakes out, and that's pretty much what happens. I get here, and it's like, all right, got 50-50. Now I switch into cross ashi. Now I'm into outside ashi because of his turn. I can't say I planned that. Hold on, what happened? Mike says here, go ahead. I've got an 8-hour flight to recover. Long out, move back home after graduate. All right. Well, dude, I'm really, really glad you're still training. That's awesome. I hope we instilled a deep affection for this stupid sport in you, and you're as addicted as the rest of us. I take it this is what Mike was talking about. Yeah, you got a good straight ankle here. I see you trying to push the hips away. I like that turn you're trying to do. David reaching in for that single. Jackson getting airborne. And Nick again putting that Kimura grip to good use. Taking away any hope I had in the situation. Oh, Nick on they're kind of off screen. Nick's over here trying to hit a seated Katagatame on Bin. You guys compete and want a pop-up tournament. Hell yeah, dude. Congrats, man. That's sick. How big was it? Did you have a pretty big competition pool, or was it like just a couple guys signed up? I feel like the Northeast and like tri-state area gets way bigger turnouts for their competitions, but maybe that's just what I've heard. I've never done one up there. Well, Andrew, whatever you did, Mike is not standing with you now. So maybe you did hurt his foot. Because he was standing with me, and he told me afterwards that his foot felt great. So maybe you lost the battle but won the war. Nick goes to reach over on another grip. I don't know how I got out of that, Nick. Just muscle manned out of it. What's Danny been up to? I think he's training with, no, it's not Austin. I don't know who he's with. Maybe Ryan? Trying to get a submission by jamming my cup into the back of Nick's skull. Yeah, it is Ryan up there with Danny. What happened? Looks like Danny just had a nasty guillotine with the legs involved. Three matches, blue and white, got $100 in gift cards. You have earned more competing than I have ever earned. What's up, Inoki? Yeah, man, this is our last stream for a while. Mike and I are getting a little too busy to be able to give you guys a regular weekly stream, and especially for anyone who subscribes, we feel bad not being able to commit the same amount of time we used to be able to do. So had to go over some comp footage from Bin to start off the stream, and then hit our last open mat from this past, or our open mat from this past Saturday for the last footage. I hope to be on from time to time to do like more competition footage streams, because we try to give back to the students as much as possible. And one thing I always wanted when I was a white belt was my coach to break things down for me and like review my performance and stuff, and this just is like the perfect platform for that. So I hope to be back here doing that from time to time, but just between capturing footage, editing it, running the stream, running the YouTube, it's just getting too much. I can't handle it all the time. But we have like hundreds of hours on YouTube that you guys can go back and watch for free if you want. I don't know why you would. I wouldn't, but it's there. We have dozens and dozens of views. Anyway, off my sad sack story. Got John here tooling me up, gets me to... I try to go to a cross ashi, but not gonna happen. And I end up getting caught in a katagatame. Nick, what'd you do here, bud? What's up, Ben? Thank you, buddy. Go back and watch the beginning of the stream, Ben, as we go over your footage. Need more hours. Need more hours is what I need. If I had more hands, I'd keep those hands busy. Not everybody, a few people are telling us to let some of the other students take it over, but that's just too dangerous. It's way too dangerous. Yeah, John with a good katagatame. Took a little bit on the finish because I really, really, really didn't want to tap, but it really started to sink in. Very good strangle. Got Nick here on a trap triangle, not quite to a triangle position. It has what he needs to switch. Nice 3/4 armbar into this triangle armbar, but Mitchell gets out of it. That was excellent, Mitchell. What's up with David over here? David getting, he's got the Darce on Sophie. That's tight. Does he go mounts? He does. My preferred position to finish the Darce. There we go. Nice. Sophie was lasting through that one. So anyway, wait. So Emery, you had it was a mixed blue and white division. So that's pretty awesome. Hopefully you whooped up on some blue belts. Made them question their promotion. Nick making his way to the back here. Mitchell driving up the center. James, I saw you trying to go for that 50-50 entrance. There it is. Nice. It's fun to see this one. So from the back, sitting through. Mike kind of turns into it a bit, but yeah, that's a clean entrance when you get it. It looks super cool. Competed the week before in a Grappling Industries. How did Grappling Industries go? I would imagine probably a little bit higher caliber competition. 2-2? Hell yeah, man. That's a fun entrance. I like that. I kind of forget about that one. Fix the D1 wrestler. Yeah, those guys they're a different beast. Yeah, if they can hold the pace, I imagine what your rounds were like 4 or 5 minutes. Grappling Industries, white belt division. Kind of want to say 4 minutes, but if you were adult, they may have beefed it up to 5 minutes. 5 minutes, yeah. Yeah, if you can hold that pace, that's a problem. That was a nice match, James. You might get a good scrap. Mike looking to Uchimata Cole, but ends up going to ground instead of putting Cole there. Austin almost making the same mistake I did earlier, letting that arm slip by. But John, I love this setup. Just head tap, shot, gets those legs pinned. It's good. You still playing soccer too? Or are you just consumed with jiu-jitsu training? Let's see, Cole, how did you get on top here? Turtled up. Now Mike, yeah. Can't decide whether he wants to give up mount or give up the back, and Cole kind of forces the issue. Nice. Enjoy it, man. Stay active as long as you can. One day you'll be so busy you can't even stream on Twitch. Austin did have an anaconda set up there, but John seemed to be okay with it. I guess it wasn't too threatening. Oh, me and Sophie are training. That's right. Sophie had a good... Let's give her some props. She took her over with like a cow catcher. She ends up on my back at some point. I guess we didn't pass that yet. Good movement from her, getting safe on this armbar. I couldn't get over for like that Choi bar position. Something about that, like I just don't like turning up on my head and neck. Maybe I'm just getting too old to be able to handle that, but couldn't get over to the angle I want. Try to get her back down flat. She gets the elbow out. So Austin working from this, coming up from half guard, right? Nice. Okay, cool. I was hoping he would do one of the things that I like from here. So John's got the whizzer on. So that means Austin's not going to be able to shuck that arm off and take the back. If John had just his arm over Austin's back, he could take John's back with just a good like shucking of the shoulder. Alternatively, Austin could have also rolled through. In the position he's in right now, though, with this leg way up over the top, I don't think he has quite the potential energy he needs to like hit that roll and really go. So I like the choice he makes here of the knee tap double. So you'll see that arm come across right there, picks the knee, Drives through. John, quick to scramble up though. Just about gets past the guard. And now Sophie in on a heel hook. I think she had something. She had it here. Yeah, we rolled through. And I think she let it go, and I was like, what the hell are you doing? Break it. So we talked through the finish there. Nick, is that you? With Ben again? Let's see, we got Mike and Cole over here. Mike looking for the guard pass. Smashing Cole's knees into his chest, trying to close the distance, getting into a top half guard. But Cole gets that body fold. Takes him right over. Not the body fold, the body lock grip. And yeah, with posted on that elbow, not really out wide. And Cole gets his hips maybe out away just enough to be able to get a turn on this. Oh yeah, super deep anaconda from Sophie. This was nice. Let's do that one more time. She rolls on the typical side, the classic side, where like she's thrown my arm across and I can't base. Gets the rollover. I'm looking to find her hips, keep the hips from coming in, but she puts a good squeeze on it and gets the tap. That was really, really solid. What happened over there with Nick and Ben? Heavy shoulder pressure from Ben. I don't know. Nick, what happened there? If you're still in chat. Austin looking for legs. I think John was maybe... I don't know what he was thinking there. Because he didn't see the banana split stuff, so I don't know if that was fresh in his mind. Cole ending strong here. That pinch headlock grip gets a sweep. Finishes on top. Sweep single to get Ryan down. James with the standing shoulder crunch grip. Oh, can we? Looks like you went low on that level change. James is just ready for you. Snap down, go behind, into a guard pass. Mike riding mount right now. David. I grind into a knee cut pass. My balance was so off. You guys were like knocking me off balance left and right yesterday. It was embarrassing. I felt like I'd come off of like a 6-month layoff. I don't know why I was training so poorly. James laying on the pressure, keeping Nick's back exposed. Maybe trying to look for it, but Nick takes that away. I like what you did there, James, not letting Nick come up to turtle. It was a minor detail, right? But you get this underhook right here. You use it, drive across, and just keep Nick from getting up to a turtle position where he could have fought back to a guard or, you know, taken away your advantage. Top side muffler action from the crucifix. Nick just enjoying it. Yeah, you're looking for that setup there that you did earlier. Only reason it didn't work was elbow position, right? You see as you step over, like you're just on top of the forearm. You don't really have the elbow scooped up. But no worse for the wear. Onto a dorsal Kimura position. And then back out of it. All right, Nick. Look at you. Fighting out, slipping in a giant sweat puddle of your own making. He's got Mike laying on some shoulder pressure here with David. Yeah, so David makes a critical error here, letting this elbow slip across the body right there. Now Mike can start looking for a gift wrap and a back take. Right. David's not quite lost it yet, so maybe he's safe. I take a page out of Nick's book. So you know what? Maybe I should just do what all these guys who are beating me are doing. And I set up this figure 4 grip. I'm in kind of a rear crucifix. I lose that, but I can continue on trying to attack with the armbar. Set up the 3/4 armbar here by fishing my leg through, and then I'm trusting my grip here. So I've taken, you see, I've taken my grip on the arm out, the arm that I want to straighten, because I trust my legs here. Problem is, I shouldn't trust them because everybody's sweaty and slippery, me included, and Ryan just yanks his arm out and gets safe immediately. Other times that works, and I think it's a fine thing to do. I probably wasn't digging my heels in enough either, but what are you going to do? All right, me and Austin. So this is where I can demonstrate one of the other moves you can do from a cross body ride that we didn't go over in class and that you don't see too frequently, but I like it. It's just hard to hit. It's like a Kimura variation called a hammer lock, and you don't really see him ever. It might be like a catch wrestling move or something. I don't know where it originated from, but we'll see that later. I love when John and David wrestle. Caught in that top half guard, laying on some shoulder pressure. John. John coming with the flurry of footwork. Oh, Mitchell, you had a Sotogari right there, homie. Right there. See, Wagner looking to take Bins back. throwing John into the wall off screen, so it never happened. Did David come up on that? He's got the double. How did he get there? Oh, okay. This is nice, man. It's like John's getting his, he's getting his bearings now, and that's when David switches down to the lower body. Like that timing is so hard to like you got to practice that for years. I feel like that's where I should have wrestled when I had the chance. Maybe I'd be better at it. All right, so I might have to move my fat head here because I'm getting into the crossbody ride. So get my green screen in place. All right, so here I've set up the crossbody ride. I got my figure four set up, and I don't have the lockdown quite yet. Austin's trying to disrupt it. I don't know if he knows what I'm going for though. So what I'm looking to do, we'll get to the final position. I can explain it a little better. There it is. Okay, so came on quick. So this is a hammer lock. I have to get, you see how it's a Kimura, right? I've got Austin's knuckles behind his back, but I don't have your standard Kimura figure four grip or double wrist grip. Instead, this was a little cleaner, it'd be easier to show, but I have my left arm on top of Austin's left arm, and I have it woven underneath the shoulder, so it's like my elbow and forearm, reinforced by my body weight in this case, is pinning his hand to the mat. That's what you want for a Kimura, right? No, his shoulders don't make sense, but I knew he couldn't get out of this one. And I'm reaching up with that arm, that left arm, to his shoulder. You'll see my right arm come over top, and I'm just getting like a gable grip. Maybe not even. Okay, yeah, I do a gable grip. But now my left elbow can just kind of like shove his wrist up. And where my head position is, he can't like bring the elbow or bring the forearm across. So he's caught in this Kimura position. And all I have to do is continue pulling here at the shoulder and pushing here with my elbow, and I'm essentially putting on Kimura pressure. But that's another, a fourth move you could throw in, a fourth submission you could throw in from that cross body ride, which, just more reason to love that position and play around with it. Super glad I got to actually show that. I've been trying to hit that move for like a long time, and it's just a tough one to hit, especially when everybody's slippery and like nobody wants to be twistered, so they're like keeping their arms away from you. But yeah, it's a nice variation. Thought Mitchell was gonna go for a leg there. Did I miss anything else? James breaking Sophie's arm over here. The funky leg position on the armbar. These two chasing each other down. I think we're good. You can. Space Margarita. I love your name. How you doing? Welcome from Spain. Welcome to the chat. How long have you been training? What a dope name. Space Margarita. You crush one of those right now. Okay, let's see. So John goes on to hit Katagatame, and David attempts to defend. This is how I think Luke likes to defend this way. Where he'll demonstrate this. Reaches up and grabs his own leg. Try to open up that space between the head and the shoulder. I don't know. I maybe I haven't tried too much, but I feel like I have terrible luck with that. But David just did it very well. Fun round as always between David and John. That was great. Trained since 2019 with COVID. Yeah. Hey, that's all right, man. As long as you're still training, that's great. So the last round got Ben. Had to get around with Ben, our champion. So spun the leg. Looking for a knee bar, but I actually end up with the toe hold there. He started to slip the knee. You see the knee kind of starts to get right by my hip, so I was going to lose that position. So switch to a toe hold on his good leg. Didn't want to stretch the other leg. Getting to a spot where maybe I could work side triangle or something. Ben's not going to let me have it that easily, though. He keeps disrupting my leg with his arm. Sophie working some back control stuff. Do you compete at all, Space Margarita? Are you just kind of a weekend warrior? So into an arm drag position, trying to get my hips outside Ben's right arm. Give me an opportunity to either get around to the back, maybe work a pendulum sweep if he denies me that. Arm bar options as well, although I admittedly am not great at that entrance. So we get onto the back instead. I didn't want to do the usual mean nose lifting, but so I settle for across the face. Ben's not going to tap to that. Not for me, at least. Trying to work a body triangle just to retain the position while I play around with the hand fight. And Ben does a good job there getting to a better head position. He gets my head and strangle arm on the same side of his head, at least briefly. Enough to create some space, ruin everything, take it away from me. And then now I'm in a little bit of trouble. Because he's got that level of control we saw earlier in his competition matches. Putting that pressure on me. Nicely pummeling around my legs to get behind me. I'm barely hanging on here with a foot. He stomps that off. And now he's past my guard, right? He's on to side control. I believe he pretty easily advances from here. I do not have the gas in me to deal with his top pressure at this point. I was looking for him to I was hoping he would go the opposite way. I wanted him on this line, right? I was going to try to do like a bridging escape since I had that underhook, but he goes the other way, and that's not an option now. So, like, if I could maybe dive to a D-path or something, I'm really grasping at straws here. He's comes up over the top and surprises me with this like S mount, because I don't really think I've dealt with Ben and S mount too frequently, and then hits me with the can opener, which I was like, the last thing I'm gonna be seeing on stream getting subbed with is a can opener. But I give him the tap because it sucked and it was it was setting in and miserable. All right, man. So yeah, as I said like 50 times, this is gonna be the last stream for a while. I really, really, really appreciate you guys tuning in for the last like 3.5 years. This has been a lot of fun. It's definitely helped me and Peter's become better at jiu-jitsu, and most importantly, I hope it helped you guys become better as well. Talking through stuff, pointing out good things, bad things, looking at comp footage. 40 months, James. Yeah, dude, you're OG, man. Damn, we almost made it 4 years. And look, last stream for a while, right? When we have the time, I think we'll jump back in because we do enjoy doing this. And we, we just love giving back to you guys and supporting you the same way you support us and support the school. So thank you as always tuning in and subscribing and supporting all these years and all that. Nothing else changes. We'll still be back on the mats. You guys can come beat us up. We'll still capture footage too. So if you guys want to take home any footage, if you felt like you had a great round or a great day and you want to keep that, one oil check for the road. Everybody in solidarity will oil check ourselves together, and we can have that for life. You know. glad you tuned in, Emery. Good to catch up with you, man. Thank you, and keep training, dude. Yeah, next time you're in town, let us know. Love to get another round in with you. And keep in touch. Keep in touch, please. Inoki, thank you for always dropping in with some bullshit and saying funny stuff in the chat. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as much as I did. And yeah, so in any case, I'll miss you too. Sincerely. Yeah, you guys, damn straight. It was honestly like you guys, the students, or not the students, the viewers who aren't our students, who came in and really interacted with us, Mango King and Pinball and Laser and you, Inoki, and so many others. Space Margarita finding us on our last stream. But yeah, getting to talk shop and talk techniques and even send us footage. I know we had Mango send us footage a while ago. We got to look at some of his competition rounds and all that. So you guys made it extra special. We really, really, really appreciate that. And I hope to bring it back. We'll see what the future has in store. But yeah, until then, keep the questions coming at class. Please, it's the most fun thing we do is really teaching and helping you guys learn how to kick our asses. That's the most rewarding thing. So all that to say, big thanks. Love you guys. Go subscribe to YouTube if you want. This will be up there, and you can watch our entire back catalog. Every stream we've ever done is on there. So when your podcasts suck, go tune into that and watch those. And most importantly, go trim your nails and do your laundry and don't be stinky. And we'll see you back on the mats. Take it easy, guys.